Hi, boys and girls. Ms. Gorman here with week 2 packet with reading and writing. So we're going to talk about reading and writing today. So I'm going to show you my screen with my iPad on it, and we're going to go through and talk about this. So here's our packet for week 2. It says week 2 right here. There are our superheroes. It says 3rd grade. Sweet. So we have our reading, which looks like this. It is called Important People by Michael Stahl. And I'm looking at it, and it doesn't look very long. There's this page, and then there is this page. So it's not too long. But if you do have trouble with some tricky words, go ahead and think about the tools in your toolbox. Think about stretching out the word, thinking about what sounds the letters are making, thinking about if you can find a word that you do know and use that word to help you with the word that you do not know before you ask someone to help you. So after the passage, there are some questions. There are, it looks like 10 questions here to go with the word, or to go with the packet reading. So before you answer the question, I want you to go back and highlight the evidence in the text. So evidence in the text is where you can say that they answered that question. So the first question is, who are some of the people described in this passage? At first read, you might be able to answer this question by just picking the letter. But what I want you to do is I want you to go back and highlight it. So use a pencil, use a pen, use a crayon, use a highlighter to go back through and underline or highlight what you are in the text. So you go back and you use your highlighter to highlight the different parts of the text. So I just kind of gave you the answer for number 1. So I want you to go back through and highlight and find the evidence. And I want you to read through each of the answers that they give you to pick the best answer. So go through with those. So it says, what does this passage list? I'm just kind of going through each of the problems here. So it's what's being listed in the packet. And then right here, I wanted to talk to you about this sentence right here. What can be concluded from this information? So right here, they pulled some stuff from the text. And then it says, what can be concluded from this information? So I look at the word concluded, and I might not know what that means. So concluded is, I'm thinking of conclusion, I'm thinking about summed up. So what can be summed up, or what can I learn from this information? And there are the different answers. What job mentioned in the article is not a job that involves leadership. So it needs to be mentioned in the article and is not a job that involves leadership. What is the passage about? Reading the following sentences and what does the word leader mean? So think about the word leader. Choosing the answer that best completes the sentence below. So it says the principal makes sure learning is happening in the school blank. The principal is in charge of the teachers. So you have to think about what makes sense. So go through and put each of those in the blank and see which one makes sense. And then some short answers. What is the leader of a city or town called? What are some of the mayor's responsibilities? So I want you to write in complete sentences here on the line. And then the title of the passage is Important People. Are the people described in it important? Explain why or why not. Provide evidence from the passage. So you need to go back through in the passage and back up your reasoning. Why or why not? This is an opinion, so it's what you're thinking, but you need to back it up with evidence or reasoning. You can't just say yep or nope. You have to give some evidence. The last part of this video that I want to talk to you about is the writing prompt. So just like last week with the box and with the stuff in it, I encourage you to get a blank sheet of paper with lines on it, because the paper, we are practicing having paper go the right way with the holes right here on the right side, the line, and using the lines to write straight and neat. And not using it this way, not using it this way, using it the proper way with our name up here in the corner and to write our writing. You can use this space here to brainstorm, to jot down any ideas, to draw a picture, but this is if I'm reading it, what makes the best pet? Provide evidence for a choice. I can tell that this is a opinion piece. So with opinion, remember ROREO, which stands for opinion, reason, explanation, and then opinion again. And I noticed when we were doing opinion writing in class that some people were having trouble with stating their opinion. So I'm going to make an opinion and I'm going to kind of show you something. So with this part, I want to have a hook. So I want to make the reader interested. So opinion. So I'm going to say bark. And I'm going to put it in quotes because that's what the dog is saying. Dogs are the best. Do you want to know why? So in this opinion part, I kind of hooked, and then I stated my opinion, and I said, do you want to know why? I didn't say dogs are the best because blah, 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 blah. I'm leaving that for this part, which is that this part's job. The reason and explanation part's job is to answer the because. So I have to go back through and say, dogs are the best. Are the best. Because, so I would say one reason, so I'm going back through and editing or looking at what I wrote. One reason that dogs are the best is because, and then I state my reason. I state why I think dogs are the best. One reason that dogs are the best is because they do cool tricks. And then I could think about, some of the things I learned. I could tell a story about a time my dog did tricks. I could tell about different tricks that the dogs could do, but I'm expanding on my reason. So I could say, one time my dog Muffet decided to shake my hand. When I said shake, she shook my hand, and that's really cool. My cat doesn't do that. I could go through and give more explanation and more reasons. I've talked to a lot of people about adding more detail. Elaborating is the word I've used. That's just kind of taking the information that you're saying, which is good information, and pulling more out of it, getting more detail, getting more into what you want to say, adding more to what you're already saying. All right, so this is week 2, packet 2, reading and writing. If you have any questions on reading and writing or the rest of the packet, I'll have more videos coming out. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me on Ryan Dojo. My phone number I provided to you. Anything else, email, feel free to contact me. I miss you guys, and I hope that you guys are doing your packets and reading and all that type of stuff. Miss you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.